Hey Ben, how you doing? Congratulations on the Puch. I really think you're going to love it. I just wanted to walk you through a few things, so let's get started. To start the Puch, there's just a few basic things that you have to do.
First thing you got to do is this is called the kill switch. Right now it's in the off position. All you do, pull it back. Off, on. This is the gas intake right here. When it's facing forward, it's all the way off. In order to start the bike, you have to pull it all the way back. It's really easy to do. You just do it with your fingers. Off, on. Now, when you stop the bike and you're leaving it somewhere, if you leave it in the on position, all the fluid, all the gas from the tank, which is right up here, all the gas from the tank will leak out on the floor and you'll lose your gas. So whenever you stop the bike, if you're stopping to turn it off, put it back in the off position. So off is forward, on is back. Okay. This is your clutch handle. You'll notice there isn't one on the other side, just right here. In order to start the bike, you're going to pull that clutch in and kind of pop the clutch as you're starting the bike. So you start it, you get it revving. Once it starts to rev and the engine starts to take, you let go of that clutch. This is your throttle. Gets your acceleration. Sometimes when you're starting the bike, especially if you haven't started in a little while, you're going to have to rev it a lot to get the gas really flowing through it. But once the bike is moving a lot, or you're riding a lot, or when you're driving, this is going to control your gas intake and your speed. In order to build up electrical charge in the moped, in order to get the moped to start, you got to give it a few pedals forward. Now this can be done while on the kickstand, but ideally it's when you're on the bike, you're just going to pedal it a few times. Then, as you're giving the bike gas and you pull the clutch in, you're going to kick this back pedal hard, okay? Gas in the on position, pulled all the way back. I've got the kill switch put in the on position, so it's not forward, it's also back. I've got my hand on the clutch. I'm going to give the bike a few pedals forward, and then I'm going to kick the pedal back while my hand is pulling the clutch and giving it gas. That will start the bike. Your light switch right here. I would advise leaving your light on at all times. Right now it's in the off position. One thing you have to recognize with these old vehicles is they don't have a battery. The electrical system is connected directly to the motor. So when the motor is revving, the light will be brighter. So if you go right here, you'll see I turn the light on. Now the light is barely visible because the engine isn't really running. See how that light flared up while the engine was moving? So that means while you're driving the bike itself, especially at night, it's going to be bright. You will be able to see. But when you pull up to a stoplight or you pull up to a stop sign, keep in mind that it is going to get darker and it might be more difficult for people to see you. A few things that you need to know about the Puch. Just like bicycle tires or motorcycle or car tires, you just got to give these guys air every now and then. It should be pretty good for you right now, but any gas station will have free air. Just pop the nipple off and give it a little air. The most important thing about a two-stroke engine is that it doesn't have a separate space for oil. Unlike a modern motorcycle or an automobile, you would put a little oil in the vehicle. For the two-stroke engine, all you do is the gas cap is right here. Okay? Now there's two ways you can do it. You can either use one of these and mix about a cap full of oil into this and then fill this up with some gas, shake it and put it in. Or, what's also totally fine, which is what I normally do, is if I need to go get gas for my moped, I usually just put about a second pour, like one Mississippi pour, right into the gas tank. And then I fill it with gas, give the bike a little shake back and forth, you'll be good to go. But remember, when you're filling up with gas, always, if you can, it's going to save your engine. It's going to make your engine run for a long time. And finally, safety. These mopeds have no key, okay? So anybody that can kickstart that can start the moped. So I've included a kryptonite lock. If you go on kryptonite.com and you register this lock, there's a serial number on here. If anything gets stolen, Kryptonite will give you money towards the stolen bike. But also, make sure you lock through an intense frame part. Like, don't lock around the handlebars. Don't just lock through the back wheel. Locking on something like this is a little more solid. Locking through something like right here, which is a little more structurally part of the bike, will really deter anybody from stealing your vehicle. Right. One thing that is particular only to this moped, the inclination to get speed is to throw the throttle all the way, but for some reason this throttle behaves best when you only pull it back 3/4 of the way. Something you'll experiment with, but I find that I can hit my highest speeds quicker when I don't give the engine too much gas, just enough. Have a ton of fun. You're gonna have a great time at UCLA, and this thing is going to be the time of your life. Give me a call if you have any questions.